wherever the sign of Scorpio is placed in the horoscope, people will have a long-term unsolvable problems regarding to those significations of the horoscope. For example, if Scorpio is situated in the third house, that is for the Bhargo Lagna, there is a long-term unsolvable problems, a big issue related to the life of siblings, or the siblings will always create some issues. Native would actually beat up his siblings, will have fight. I've seen so many cases with Bhargo Lagna people having fight with their siblings, fight with their neighborhood. The physical vulnerable fights, if Mars is also placed, or if somehow the aggressive energy, aggressive planets such as Ketu and Mars is also involved in the third house, along with the sign of Scorpio, for the Virgo Lagna people, serious vulnerable physical fights I have also seen in my experience. So putting this factor into consideration, wherever the sign of Scorpio is naturally placed in the horoscope, there is a long-term unsolvable problem. So for this reason, Sagittarius ascendant, they have Scorpio in the 12th house. So a blank chart prediction for the Sagittarius ascendant is they have this natural tendency, just a tendency to have a not a very healthy, not a very fruitful kind of sexual relationship with the spouse. But out of 1 out of 12th population in this whole world is if we go by just a just simple method of probability, then 1 out of 12th population in this whole world will be of Sagittarius rising. So would all of those have sexual problems? No. But in fact, yes also. Because some or other way, Sagittarius ascendant people will have this natural, the inherent yoke of the chart is, there is this problem. And another thing is, I've seen a native who has a Sagittarius in the Rashi chart and Sagittarius rising in the Navamsa chart also. So in the Navamsa chart also, the Scorpion energy is again falling in the 12th house. Because he has a Sagittarius rising both, that is, we call it as Bhargottam Lagna also. Bhargottam Lagna and Navamsa also. And because of this thing, he has a very high prominent personality. He is a high post. By that, there were other combinations for him also to be in a position of a high post. Those are another part. But the sexual part, because Scorpio is posited in the 12th house of the Navamsa chart also. Navamsa is more accurate to look into the aspects of marriage. So for this reason, wherever the sign of Scorpio, this is one technique. What is another technique? There are some few other principles also. For example, whenever Sun is placed in the 7th house, also there is this little tendency, that the sexual life will not be that good. But as I said earlier, there will be at least 1 out of 12th population who will have Sun in the 7th house. So only because of this just one combination, we cannot be so sure. And if Sun is in the 7th house in the both Rashi chart and Navamsa chart also, then the assurity of having not a very healthy sexual life will be a possibility of a high chance. And similarly, another combination is if nakshatra of kritika. As we all know, there are 27 nakshatras, and out of these 27 nakshatras, if nakshatra of kritika is falling in the 7th house and 12th house, if Venus is placed in the nakshatra of kritika, and this Venus being placed in the nakshatra of kritika, if by any chance is getting linked with again 7th house and 12th house. Why 7th and 12th? Because 7th and 12th are the sexual houses. Then again, probability of having not a very good healthy sexual life will be a possibility. And similarly, rising ascendant with mutable sign has this natural tendency to cope up with their spouse. What do I mean by that? As we all know, the 12 rasis has been categorized into some three categorization. Actually, rasis had been categorized into so many bigger topics, and one out of that topic is the duality sign, and another is the fixed sign, and another is the mutable sign. What are the movable signs? Sorry, let me put it this again. Rasis in this one of those topic of division of Rasi is, one is there are fixed Rasis, there are mutable Rasis, and there are dual Rasis. What are fixed Rasis? Fixed Rasis are 2, 5, 8, 11. These are the fixed Rasis. 1, 4, 7, 10. These are the movable Rasis. 3, 6, 9, 12. These are the mutable Rasis. We call this in technically as Dvisabhava Rasi. Char Rasi, Sthira Rasi, and Dvisabhava Rasi. Char is fixed, char is movable Rasi, mutable is dual Rasi, fixed is Sthira Rasi. So a natural tendency for every dual Rasi rising in the ascendant, for example, Gemini rising, Virgo rising, Sagittarius rising, and number 12 Pisces rising. These all natives would have a natural tendency. The inherent yoga of horoscope is there is this slightly this psychological barrier to cope up with their own spouse, and this psychological barrier may end up into not having that very frequent or not having that very humbly warmth in the sexual life also. So I have put forwarded some 4 to 5 combinations, and out of these 4 to 5 combinations, if in the same chart there overlaps, there is this overlapping of more than 2 to 3 combinations in the same chart, and that too in the Rashi chart and Navamsa chart, then we can be pretty sure that the sexual life or the sexual compatibility with his spouse is not very good. Another technique or another way to look any chart is, actually Rashi chart is, as we all know, 2 hours chart, na? And we cannot be pretty sure to confirm any prediction just from the Rashi chart itself, isn't it? So the same combination, whether good or bad, if the same combination is repeatedly found in the Navamsa chart and also in the D60 Sastyamsa chart, then we can be pretty sure. For example, if Dhan Yogas are present in the Rashi chart, Navamsa chart, and up to the level of D60, then only the people is really born rich, else not. Because I have seen so many cases having Raj Yogas in the Rashi chart itself, but they are living life as pathetic as it could be. So there are other few combinations also, and in the upcoming videos I will come up with the remedies with other few techniques of this same combination of having not a very prosperous or not a very healthy sexual relationships. Till then, stay tuned. Please take care.